Morning driver, to part 1 ready for up and down goods 1 in Willesden. Your expected arrival there is 10:59. So put the reverser to forward, headlights to the day position, like that, brake release, loco release, and power to notch 2. So today we are in 70015 and we are following along train 462 November 750 Felixstowe North Freightliner Terminal to Lawley Street Freightliner Terminal in Birmingham. So we're going to be following along the train from South Tottenham South Junction all the way to Willesden. So we will join the Goblin line at South Tottenham, go as far as Gospel Oak, join the North London line as far as Willesden, and then briefly join the West Coast Main line heading north towards Birmingham. The speed limit here is 10 miles an hour and we have about 10 miles to our destination, so it's a fairly quick scenario. So this part of the video is very boring because you're not travelling very quickly and there's basically nothing to see. So I think I'll just cut the video here where we get to South Tottenham. So the line joining from the left is from Barking, and the station coming up ahead is South Tottenham. We do have a killer aspect even though we are following behind another stopping train, and then when we get to Gospel Oak we'll be following another stopping train from Stratford. So we won't see all greens, just to make the scenario more interesting. So the speed limit is still at 10 miles an hour and it shortly should be going up to 15 as we approach South Tottenham. Give it a bit more power. We're going up on an incline of 1 to 98 because it's a ratio. So on the platform there's a 378 from Gospel Oak to Barking. Which class does the London Overground have in these lines? It begins with a 7. We are now passing through South Tottenham station on the Barking line. Why is there the reverb sound? We're not in a tunnel or under a bridge. So the speed limit is now 15 miles an hour. We can accelerate towards that. Where did the line to the left go? I mean, I could just pull up the map and find out. Like this. So there's our destination, and so if I press center player, it goes onto this line, and I don't know what it's called. The speed limit is now going up to 40, and then up to, it looks like a 9, can't be 90. So speed limit is now 30 miles an hour, going up to 30 miles an hour. Yeah, this is a fairly lengthy train, so if I just take a look, yeah, it's mostly just the containers from the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley route. So if you want to try this scenario out for yourself, a link in the description will take you to a Google Drive page where you can download the scenario file and the README file, and then the README file will have a list of requirements, and then below that will be some installation instructions. It's just a copy paste thing, it's not complicated. So the next station will be Haringey Green Lanes, where we cross over the East Coast Main Line out of King's Cross. So yesterday, I mean the 1st of April, I had to do an advanced programming assignment, and guess what it was about? It was about trains. So what we had to do was create an Android app that would search for trains in the phone's nearby location using Android Studio. So the thing about the phone emulator is that you can set a specific location of its latitude and longitude, and using that you could use a bunch of different APIs to generate a map, like Mapbox, using the Mapbox thread thing to generate a map on screen, and then when you click a button you can have a text view that would list all different train stations, and then if you wanted to you could add how far away that station is from the phone's location, and then on the map you could have where the user is. Yeah, it is very cool, even though I think it's kind of standard for most apps these days. Also, the way that the assessment was set up was that I only had 12 hours to do it. I think I only used about 9.5. Yeah, so I used most of the time. Most of it was spent trying to get the map thing to work. And also, my distance from where the phone was to a train station was completely off. Yeah, it's because my phone decided to reset my latitude and longitude variables to 0, 0. So my latitude was 0 and my longitude was 0. So I had like distances of like 6 million meters. Yeah, I fixed it by setting the variable to static. So in memory they will always be the same, because you use different threads. So line for the left joins from Haringey on the East Coast Main Line. I think that chord back there was used for empty stock trains from Hornsey and Bounds Green to the Great Eastern, I think. To the Great Eastern Main Line, like Ilford. We're now passing through Crouch Hill Station. So Crouch Hill, passing at 10:26. Yeah, we're on time, sort of. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something interesting about seeing freight trains kind of wind their way through London. Oh yeah, because this is London, don't expect to go very fast, because London is very slow because of all the bends. I don't remember the last time I drove a 70 in a video. I think it was also on the North London line. Between, I think it was Camden Road to Stratford. Speed limit is surely going up to 40 miles an hour and then down to 25. So I think slowing down would be the best thing to do. We're now passing through Upper Holloway Station, and a branch to the Midland Main Line should be branching off from here. So just apply the brakes to slow down to 25 miles an hour. Yeah, with the camera zoomed out like this, I can barely see the speedometer. It definitely says 25. We have a single yellow signal, which means we need to stop at the next signal. Yeah, I don't think the frame rate is looking particularly good. So gently apply the brakes to slow down for the danger signal ahead. So branch going off to the left is to the Midland line, joining just after Kentish Town and before West Hampstead Thameslink. We also have a warning for 20 miles an hour speed limit. So in the distance you can see a danger aspect as we approach Gospel Oak. I think when I did a test drive on this route, I think the signal was broken. So I just stopped, pressed tab, and then I got permission to pass the signal. So let's gently crawl up to it at about 7 miles an hour. Probably should slow down to about 5. Or 2.5. Request to pass signal as danger approved. So we have permission to pass the danger aspect. So little brake and put the power to 3. Hopefully we shouldn't roll back down the hill. And we're going. Took long enough for the brake to release. Put it to notch 4. I like the passenger view. I mean the cab head out of the window view. Oh, there's a car to the Midland main line. So around this corner is the North London line from Stratford, and also Gospel Oak Station. Speed limit is also 20 miles an hour. There's a 378 in the bay platform, waiting to go back out to Barking. So when we join the North London line, we should see more trains. So it's not all just empty and boring. So length to the left is the North London line from Stratford, regional. And from here the track goes to Richmond and Clapham Junction. Changing power modes at either Shepherd's Bush or near Shepherd's Bush and Acton Central. Speed limit is also going up to 45 miles an hour. So through Gospel Oak at 10:31. We are run time, we're a tiny bit late. So up ahead we have a double yellow signal as we are following behind a stopping train. When did this train run? It ran on the 23rd of March. So there aren't as many trains as there should be because everybody is in lockdown. So everybody's just running a reduced service. There's another 378 going out to Stratford from Richmond, stopping at every single station. We're now passing through Hampstead Heath, or approaching Hampstead Heath. Speed limit is now 40 miles an hour, or 40, because Mancunians don't pronounce their H's and T's. We are now passing through Finchley Road and Frognal, and we have a double yellow signal. I just cruise about 38 miles an hour. Yeah, I think from here the stations should be fairly close to each other. On the right is West Hampstead Thameslink station on the Midland Main Line. We're now passing through West Hampstead. There's a 378 from Clapham to Stratford. And we have a single yellow signal, which means we need to stop at the next signal, because there's a train occupying it. So the next signal is 0.24 miles away. Yeah, these brakes do take a while to come off. So the train should be in Brondesbury, and then Brondesbury Park, then Castle Rise, then we come off the North London line onto the Cord to join with the West Coast Main Line out of London Euston. Going up to Scotland and Birmingham and Liverpool and Manchester. So the signal has cleared to a single yellow, which means we can now proceed past it and stop at the next one. And there's a station coming up, which is Brondesbury. So I won't accelerate to a too high speed, because the signal is literally just outside the station. I think it is. Yeah, it is. 0.3 miles. We are now passing through Brondesbury station. I don't think I've actually been down this line. I think the only station I've been to or through is Stratford and Willesden, and that's it. And Barking as well. So the signal ahead has jumped to a double yellow, which means the train is quite far ahead. Yeah, 70s are very powerful. Our speed is coming up fairly quickly for a very long container train. So the next station will be Brondesbury Park. Yeah, I hope Windows DVR doesn't make the video all kind of jittery. So we're now passing through Brondesbury Park station. we have a signal yellow coming up, which means we need to stop at the next station. Next signal, not station. So the next station will be Kensal Rise. Jumps up to a double yellow. So when we come off the North London line, we won't be travelling very quickly as we join the West Coast Main Line, so it will be very slow. We are now passing through Kensal Rise station. Need to stop at the next signal, as that is at danger. Or it will be until the train clears the next signal block. So the signal up ahead is at danger. I think we're just waiting for a stopping train to clear the junction so we can just come off over the branch to the West Coast Main Line at Willesden. And it's clear to a signal yellow. So coming off the North London line, we go down to 15 miles an hour. There's a 378 from Richmond to Stratford. I think most of these trains are empty. I wonder how many people would actually need to travel to work in London. Work that can't be done at home. I guess key workers would need to travel a lot in London. As for saying that, everybody's at home, so there wouldn't be that much traffic. So I think this is Kensal Green Junction. The train passed at 10:44, so we're on time. So the line going off straight on is to Willesden Junction, the upper platforms, and we take a branch off to. So I think this is a freight line, unless somebody wanted to run a passenger train. Like if someone ran a train from, I don't know, Norwich to, I don't know, Birmingham. I think going from Norwich to Birmingham would be kind of pointless. Mainly because the same reason why cross country stopped running their trains from Brighton. So trying to maintain my speed as we descend down the hill, not into madness. So on the left is Willesden Junction, the upper and lower level platforms. So the speed limit is now 30 miles an hour, even though it's shortly going back down to 15. So on the left is the West Coast Main Line out of London Euston. On the right is what looks a lot like a bus depot. So yeah, it's pretty slow going from here. There aren't any trains because when I looked on real-time trains, there weren't that many services because everybody is running a reduced service. So bringing our speed down to 15. And we would do if it stopped jumping back up again. Yeah, tried using the local brake. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, so Willesden is a higgledy-piggledy of different lines, kind of like Clapham Junction. So on the right is the Watford DC line between London Euston and Watford Junction. I think a bit further up, the Watford DC line goes up and over. Was it under? I think it's under. Goes under the West Coast Main Line to appear on the left, before the Watford DC line goes around to Watford High Street and then back into Watford Junction and then terminates. So in the distance is Willesden PRDC. So yeah, we have a danger signal up ahead, which is where we need to stop, as we just crawl there very, very slowly. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed me taking this container train through North London. Subscribe for more train sim content, there's a lot of it. Follow me on Twitter for future video updates. If you follow me on Twitter, you would already seen the scenario link up. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, and stop here. So I'll see you in the next video.